What is up, Dallas Cowboys fans? IndyCar Tim here with your Dallas Cowboys Daily Blitz for today, Tuesday, November 14th, as the Cowboys get ready for Carolina on Sunday at noon Central Time. Of course, everyone's still talking about celebrating, lamenting, whatever your adjective of choice here is for the Cowboys' humongous blowout, 49-17 win over the division rival Giants on Sunday. And I don't know that that's much different than what anybody thought was going to happen. But either way, the Cowboys still had to go out and execute. The Cowboys had to make the plays. I think the most impressive thing, because, it's hard to judge a game like that, right, when the Giants are clearly down several guys, injuries just killing that poor team. You're down to your third-string quarterback. You lost your two best pass rushers that were from an already depleted defensive line. You lost more guys in the course of the game. So, other than trying to grade things for what they were, maybe separately with each position group or whatever, it's really hard to judge. Like, well, does this mean the Cowboys are just that good? Well, of course not. Does it mean the Giants are that bad? Of course not. So really, it was fun to see the Cowboys get some guys involved in the game on Sunday. And, you got all of your playmakers involved. And that was really the key to what was going on there. Just show some consistency with the play calling, show some consistency with your defense, which I think you saw all of those things, which are encouraging. We just hope that those trends can continue against some better teams that you're going to come up against. So I thought I'd go over with the four major, if you want to call them that, media outlets that come up with NFL power rankings, released all their power rankings recently here. And all four have the Cowboys in the top 10. Now, I don't know which, of course, they should be. I don't know where you have the Cowboys on your personal power rankings. If nobody cares what I think. But if I was going to have mine and publish them, put them out there, which I don't know, maybe I should do that every week. I would probably put the Cowboys somewhere around 5, 6, 7, something like that. But what you don't want to see is you don't want to see teams in power. And again, power rankings are meaningless. They're just conversation points, really. We all know that. You don't want to see teams fluctuate too much, right? When you get a big win, you don't want to see the Cowboys jump up 5 spots. Because again, that doesn't mean they're that much better of a team than they were when you may have lost by 3 or 4 points a week before. So most of these outlets have been pretty consistent with where they are. But those 4 big ones, of course, are ESPN, NFL.com, CBS Sports, and Fox Sports. So I just thought we'd go over real quick here where each team has them. And they've all, like I said, all got them in the top 10. Both CBS and, who was it? CBS and Fox, I think. ESPN and NFL had them both ranked at number 7. So that's kind of where I think I had them. ESPN sees the Eagles as the biggest roadblock for the Cowboys, which, they're probably right. I kind of feel like that's low-hanging fruit here to discuss. We know the Cowboys have owned the Eagles at home, winning the last 5 against Philadelphia, and you're going to need another instance of that as the season goes on. You're now 2 games behind the Eagles. The Eagles, the only one-loss team left in the league. Cowboys right there at 6-3, kind of the middle of the pack. I think not a bad team, but not one of your elite teams. I don't really know that there are elite teams in the NFL right now. It certainly doesn't look like it, and that's okay. You know what? That's what we want. Parity, right? That's what the league wants. And even at 8-1, the Eagles seem a little vulnerable, right? We've seen some hiccups in their game. They've got injuries they're dealing with too. But the highest ranking the Cowboys got was from CBS Sports. CBS Sports was pretty brief with their description here, saying, quote, they took out their loss to the Eagles 2 weeks ago on the Giants. The Cowboys looked dominant in that game, but it was the Giants, end quote. So that's kind of the way I think everybody feels, but I think 4 is a little high. Maybe you disagree. And then, as we mentioned, ESPN and NFL.com have Dallas at number 7, and Fox had them at number 8. Fox Sports had them at number 8. So that's probably right around in the area, right? That you'd want, that you probably think, if you're realistic. Of course, the Cowboys homer is going to be number 1. Well, they're not better than the Eagles right now. We know that. They're probably not better than the Ravens. And again, these are NFL, not just NFC rankings. Probably not better than the Ravens. Probably not better than the Chiefs. And you can just kind of go around the league and figure out who you think is better than the Cowboys. And whatever number that is, put the Cowboys right there, and that's where you think that they would rank in the power rankings. So just some fun stuff to talk about if you've got friends that are Giants fans. And you shouldn't, because they're Giants fans. I'm just kidding. Be friends with whoever you want. But, yeah, I mean, from a realistic standpoint, that's probably where Dallas sits. Looking at the remaining schedule for the Cowboys, of course, Carolina this week. Sunday at noon on Fox. Then you've got, that's at Carolina, by the way. Then you've got the Commanders at AT&T Stadium. Should be a win, but we know the Commanders play the Cowboys tough every time. Doesn't matter who's playing quarterback. Then you've got the Seahawks, a potential playoff team. Partially led, well, they led part of the season at the NFC West out there, while San Francisco was sort of flopping around, not knowing what they were doing for 3 games. Then the Eagles, December 10th at AT&T Stadium. That'll be a Sunday night game on NBC. And then the suddenly vulnerable Bills team at Buffalo on December 17th. After last night, I don't know what to think of the Bills. By the way, if you haven't heard, they fired their offensive coordinator, Ken Dorsey, today. And their offensive coordinator, or passing game coordinator, and quarterback's coach will be taking over there. So that's kind of a team in disarray, right? I mean, that's, a month away, but who knows what they'll be at that point. It's still Buffalo, and it's still December, so you never know what you're going to get. Then you're at Miami the week following. Who knows where they will be at that point. They look pretty good. Then Detroit at AT&T Stadium on December 30th. And then, of course, to finish the season on January 7th, you've got at Washington at FedEx Field. So some opportunities for the Cowboys. I don't know that, you got to beat Philadelphia if you have any hopes of catching them for the East title. And then you're going to need them to falter a little bit, of course. And I haven't looked at their schedule necessarily. I'm sure they've got some losable games there throughout. But we'll see where they go. Cowboys rankings from the national media, 4, 7, 7, 8, respectively, from those media outlets. So where do you think they stand? Find me at IndyCar Tim on Twitter. We appreciate you guys tuning in to the Dallas Cowboys Daily Blitz right here on FanStream Sports and the Fish Report YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, click that bell to get some notifications when videos drop, and subscribe on your favorite podcast app, either to the Fish Report podcast, available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Fish Report podcast, go check that out, or at fanstreamsports.com for the Fish Report podcast, or fanstreamsports.com for the Dallas Cowboys Daily Blitz. We'll do it all again a little bit later in the week as we preview the Panthers. Thanks for tuning in, boys and girls, and until next time, we'll see you.